We sat down with Druw Jones, the second overall pick in the 2022 MLB Draft out of Wesleyan High School in Georgia. The 18-year-old signed with the Arizona Diamondbacks for an $8.1 million signing bonus just 2 months ago. And he's one of the most exciting baseball prospects in recent memory. And we got to link up with him in Scottsdale, Arizona to talk all things baseball, the MLB Draft, his iconic home run throughout Overrated Chant, and what his mindset is as a work up the minor leagues. So without further ado, enjoy the show. The show with Dan and Joe. This is episode 2. This is episode 3. Episode 4. Episode 5.
In the pen, I pour up heavy. In the lamb, on a Eddie. I got 3 O's, run the valley. These new Dior's, not for belly. Stay that money, I for Perry. I shoot jumpers, call me Larry. Then they in Yonkers, I need a Navy. Don't need a sponsor, already heaven.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. So we got Druw Jones, of course, man who needs no introduction. So how you doing today? Why don't you introduce yourself and, what's up?
Good. I'm Druw Jones, class of 2022, Arizona Diamondbacks, second pick overall this year. And I'm out here in Arizona rehabbing.
Yeah. How do you like Arizona so far? I guess we're just talking about it. But.
It's great. It's hot here. It's a lot different than Georgia, but I enjoy it. I mean, it's just a different kind of scene than Georgia. It's hot and not humid versus Georgia where it's humid all the time. Yeah. So it's a lot different, but I mean, I enjoy it out here.
So how's your rehab process been? I know you got injured and that was kind of a thing, but how have you been feeling?
7 weeks out of 7 weeks post-op. So, I mean, I'm just trying to get as healthy as I can to start next season. Hopefully I start hitting around January, but I mean, it's a slow process. It takes a lot of time, but you get used to it coming in every day and doing the thing. But
yeah, dude. So getting picked second overall, that's like so sick. Like obviously a big milestone. What was it like? Hear your name, whatever. Like what was that moment like? I heard it's what experience you can't even describe, but if you could describe it.
I don't know. My heart dropped. My heart dropped. I was like, wow. I'm actually getting drafted. Because I mean I wasn't really expecting all this to kind of happen this time last year. So it was a lot different. It was crazy. It was a good going from the entire high school season to that moment. So it's just a moment you'll never have again.
Yeah, bro. I remember the first time I actually heard who you were. It was in Cary, North Carolina, USA. I played for NEB. So we had that. There was a tournament. It was the 14 of the best teams in the country. Yep. So it was whatever. I was there. It was 17U. I think you might have been playing up. And it was you versus Irv Carter. And I remember that matchup. I was like, who's this kid in the box? They're like, oh, his dad's was in MLB. I was like, oh, okay. And then from here on out, you just kind of shot up, bro.
Yeah, so, man. Dang, I was 16 then?
Yeah, I don't remember how that outing ended or how that AB ended up.
I probably ended up striking out.
Irv's nasty, bro. Yeah, he's nasty. He's like that. But, dude, so what was it like? Yeah, because you weren't super, super highly touted. You obviously, you had good offers and all that stuff. But what was it like going from where you're at, really good to top draft pick good?
I mean, it took a while. I had a complete swing change from 2020 to my in the end of this year. Sorry, I can't get my words out.
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
I had to work on my swing every day for 6 months leading up to my junior year, and then that's kind of snapped. But still, then I feel like I wasn't even really. I mean, I was obviously one of the top guys, but I didn't feel like I was going to be the top guy, ever. So, I mean, I just worked hard all 2021 and 2022 to get to that point.
Yeah. What's the biggest takeaway you've gotten from, being kind of, not under recruited, but overlooked a bit, and then to being where you are? What was your mindset going from where you were to where you're at now?
It really started with kind of around USA when, I was playing with all those guys, and then obviously you look at another one draft board and it says that you're number 1, and then another one's you're 10. So really you're really not looking at those. You're really just working on yourself and trying to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I did. And that's all I could do. And I ended up getting to that point, but
that's awesome, bro. What's your biggest advice for kids who, want to end up like you? I'm sure you get asked that literally all the time, but, what's your best piece of advice?
Stop looking at your rankings. They don't matter. I know I'm saying I was a number 1 at one point, but it does not matter. Just play your game, and you see people like Jackson Holliday was 4 or something like that, and he ended up being the number 1 pick, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can be whatever ranking you want to be. It's what teams want. That's it.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy with Perfect Game. Perfect Game's great. PPR's great. That stuff's awesome that we have that for baseball. But yeah, people get really caught up with the rankings and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to look at those. Those won't matter in the long run, because when you make it to this point, it doesn't matter. You're just a guy in an organization. I mean, you're obviously making money playing baseball, but it's a lot different. And same with college. There's no rankings in college. There's no rankings for your you're like playing in college. So.
Yeah. And like when you step on the field, it's like or in the box, it's like it's me versus you. It doesn't none of the other shit matters. Like it's me versus you. So what's your like kind of training philosophy, you know, on a day-to-day? Obviously it's different now you're hurt, but before you got hurt and then now that you're hurt, what are your training philosophies like?
I really wasn't big into training. I was just more of one of those kids that just went out there and just kind of played. I had like strength and conditioning class at school, but I mean that really wasn't anything like too special, like out of the norm. I usually just hit and throw and just try and practice with the team and make sure I get my reps when I can.
Yeah. So now that you're rehabbing and stuff, I'm sure it's a lot different. Has it been tough, like mentally, to kind of get over that hump?
It sucked at first. Like the first like couple days, I was kind of like, man, I got hurt, and then I was like expected to like be all this and on the first year or whatever. But I mean, it's all right. You know, people, you're gonna get hurt. It's gonna happen. So I'm just taking it step by step. I've never really been hurt before, so it's kind of like good to get a break from baseball a little bit.
And I feel like I'm sure you had like a ton of pressure on you and stuff, and that sucks. But also, like, I think it's kind of a way to get into affiliated ball, get into an organization without having to like be asked to do this, and this right off the bat, right? You kind of can just step in there, do your rehab, and meet everybody, learn how it works. So I think it's bittersweet. Obviously, like it sucks. You want to compete, but that's what I was trying to tell people, or tell people who get hurt. I'm just like, like it sucks, but you can take the good with the bad. And
I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's obviously not good to be hurt, but I mean, it's good. You challenge your mental all the time when you're hurt. So it's good to just be out here and just kind of work on rehabbing and getting stronger and stuff like that, because there's a lot of other things they can get strong besides just the physical look.
Yeah, bro. And like, you know, people say like baseball is 90% mental. Like getting hurt is the number one thing to like train your mental. Like you have to learn how to not be able to be on the field. Like you got to do other things. You got to train your mind, train rehab, all that stuff. But yeah, man. So what's your favorite part about playing in an organization so far? I know it's pretty early, but what's been your favorite part about that?
I mean, it's just you get to meet a lot of new people, and there's a lot of different cultures now, because when you're in high school, you don't really get to see a lot of Hispanic guys because they're all still down in the Dominican or already signed. So it's a lot different to see them like working with you every day. And then, I mean, it's just different. The way they work and the way we work is completely different.
Yeah. Has going from like obviously high school ball in Georgia is really competitive, but obviously like organizations
like
a different level. Has it been kind of like a shock to you, like seeing these guys who were just like freaks, or are you kind of like, as what like I signed up for?
I mean, because you obviously know, like you're not going to be obviously coming out of high school, you're not going to be the strongest or the fastest or anything like that. So you just kind of got to work with what you got and just make sure that you stand out in some way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that. What's been your favorite part of like the whole like last year? I feel like, you know, even for me, like the last year ago from today, if I was where I am today, it'd be like, what? Like it just wouldn't, you know, it's a lot. And it kind of makes you take a step back and be like, holy shit. So what's been like your favorite part of like the last year? What's been a highlight?
Definitely winning the high school state championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like 3.5 years of just like straight playing, and then making it to like the point where we were like, we got it, but then we lost my freshman and junior year. So it was good to finally like kind of raise the trophy.
So I'll get to some questions submitted by you guys at home, and we'll just, you know, kind of get through. I got a lot of questions.
Yep.
Like our big like audience is like kids like probably like 14 to 18. Yep. So I'm sure that's your following too. And dude, I meant to tell you, you do such a good job like growing your brand on social media, bro. I think that's really valuable. Like people don't realize, like you, Max, Tamar, like you guys are actually posting content, and that makes you even more valuable like off the field and stuff. Right. So, you know, kudos.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough to do it right now.
Yeah, but like you did a really good job.
I'm still trying to, you know, like get obviously grow my brand. I mean, it's tough. It's slow right now because I can't really do much. I can like post a picture from last year or whatever, but that's it. But
do you like do TikTok and stuff? Like,
I do.
So that's another way. I know Boston Flannery, like he's good on like growing his brand and stuff. I think I try to tell people, or at least I'm even trying to learn myself, like there's a lot of value in like people wanting to, you know, watch you aside from being a baseball player, right? They just want to, you know, get to know you as like a personality. Right. So I think that's super dope, and like brands obviously are going to want that. But all right, let's get into some questions real quick. Oh, this is kind of a cool one. So, I mean, actually it's kind of obvious, but so this person said, why not college? I feel like it's your second pick, so it's like kind of obvious, but what was it like having to, you know, what was that decision like, I guess?
It's obviously a tough decision because you don't know, like, if you're really ready for the stage, but I mean, I was like, I think I'm ready to go because, I mean, I have pretty good, like, mental stability. Like, I don't get too high or too low, so I was like, I kind of need to just go instead of like trying to go through college, and you know, you never know what's going to happen in college either. So but I mean, the pro route is great and college route is also great, so they're both plan A's, but I mean, this route just seemed like it was the best for me.
Yeah, and it's another thing. It's like, you know, you got to take the good with the bad type thing. Like it, you know, you're sure you're giving out on like, you know, giving up on like college experience, whatever. But like just other stuff that's pretty cool too. So yeah, I totally get that. What are your pregame superstitions?
Don't really have too many honestly. I'm not really superstitious, I guess. I mean, I just listen to music and I just hang out and
what kind of
talk
music?
to my teammates. Rap music for sure.
I know from the dudes I've met from Georgia, they love repping Georgia rappers, like Atlanta rappers. Are you big into
like Lil
ATL
Baby
rap?
and Gunna and Young Thug?
Yeah, those are you guys. Gunna, dude. I when I was trying to find a song for like our intro, I found this Gunna unreleased song called Brain.
Yep.
It's so fire, and it's not copyrighted, so I can use it in every song. Gunna has some stuff that's like it's not even like public. That's just like
Gunna's
fire.
him.
He is him. He's him. You heard it here first.
Free YSL.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's your biggest key to succeeding?
Just keep even keeled. Like, don't get too high and don't get too low on anything. And I guess just like when you get out, like don't like slam your helmet or anything like that unless it's like the bottom of the seventh and you're the last out and there's a RBI chance on third and you like ground out or something like that in the game and it's important. But I mean, just try and stay calm and collected all the time. How
do you balance between like, I'm sure when you're getting brought up, like they told you, you know, like scouts don't want to see you get all pissed off and mad, but also you want to show emotion and like, you know, get hype when things happen. How do you balance that line between like getting too hype, but also not too, you know, too overboard?
If the umpire thinks it's too much, that's probably when it's too much. So, but I mean, I know that a lot of different scouts and people like to see you like stay strong for your teammates. So, I mean, there's a point where you gotta like be there for your teammates and stuff like that, but there's a point where it's too much, you know?
Yeah. I like this question. What in your eyes, what does it take to get to the next level? Wherever, like some kids, middle school to high school to college, what do you think it takes to get to that next level?
Being a good teammate, for sure, is definitely one of them because you never know who's watching, like, and a lot of different people like that you have a good teammate aspect because a lot of people don't have that, and a lot of people don't succeed at the next level. So.
Yeah. Oh, one thing you would say to a high school ball player who needs a confidence boost, like more confidence?
Just be yourself. There's not really too much else you can do. I mean, obviously, coming from me, it sounds a lot different probably, but just be yourself because I mean that's all you can do. You can't try and be somebody else. Like that's not the way your career is gonna go in the end. It's got to be like what you can do. So
right. I think it's about like maximizing like what you're best at. So like find what do you naturally don't try to be someone you're not. Like I think that's so important just in life. Like just don't try to be someone you're not. And then it's like, you know, you don't want to be fake. Like you just be who you are. I totally agree. And that's something I wish I could tell myself from when I was like 15. Just be like, bro, you don't need to be anywhere.
Don't look at the rankings and just be yourself. Just be you.
Yeah, and just keep working. Keep moving. So how does it feel? So let's go back to Decatur, the big, obviously, moment that went viral. How does it feel to hit a home run when the crowd was chanting over it? How did that moment? Take me through that moment real quick.
So I came up, my first at bat, I struck out on 3 pitches. So our scouting report on the pitcher was 86 to 88 with a pretty good curveball and a pretty good changeup.
Wasn't he pumping though?
He was throwing 93 to 95 with topping 96, I think. And I had no idea that was going to happen. Apparently,
that's wild.
He was like hurt before the season or something, or like he got hurt and then like he was going to come and pitch against us or something like that. And he was throwing cheese balls. And my first at bat, he's like throwing with like max spin rate, like it's like flying up. And I'm like, man, like he's throwing a lot harder than I thought. I just K'd, and then next at bat, I was like, I just got to come up and try and get on base, like do something, walk maybe. And he goes fastball, I fouled off, and then he goes change up, and I swing and miss. And I'm like, oh man, I'm 0-2 again, and I'm like, dude, I can't. Then the overrated chants came like when I was like 0-1 or 0-2, and I was like, dang. I was like, I can't get out now. And then obviously I got the pitch that I could handle. I mean, it was a up fastball. It's a tough pitch to hit, but I mean, I just got a good handle on it, and it went out, and it was crazy. Like I was like so hype. I like looked over at my coach, and I was like way out of proportions, like hype, and it was crazy.
Did you like kind of know when you hit that ball, like, oh, this is gone and this is a moment, or was it just like you were just in the like you were in the moment?
I hit it, and I was like, is that gonna get out? And I was like, I pimped it because I was like, it's a pop up. It doesn't really matter. Like it's either a pop up or a homer. So I kind of like pimped it, flipped it a little bit, and then it went out, and I was like, let's go. And then it was like obviously shush the crowd, but I mean, then the next at bat I came up again, and were overrated chanting me again. I popped up on a curveball, so I mean, it doesn't really matter.
You got the moment.
Yeah, I got the moment.
Yeah, dude, what was it like seeing like after that game, just seeing it just like skyrocket like in the news and social media and stuff?
It was crazy because right after the game, like it was a tight game. I think we went like 10 innings or something like that. It was like 5-1 at the end, but I looked at my phone and I was like, it was like blowing up, and I was like, what? Like the game hasn't even ended yet. And I was like looking, and I was like, oh wow. And I saw it like on ESPN and Bleacher Report and stuff like that, and I was like, crazy. Oh no, this is bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a cool moment. I mean, my social media took off after that. Obviously, I got a lot more followers and met a lot of new people from that. So it was cool.
All right, guys, I want to take a moment to talk about the sponsors of today's episode, so let's get right into it. So the first sponsor I want to talk about is Pro Velocity Bat. I've talked about them before. You guys have probably seen the product. A lot of MLB players are using it. I get the question all the time, how to gain velo, how should I gain bat speed, all that stuff. This is like a perfect answer, how to gain bat speed. It's literally designed for that, so it has these little clicks you put on. So you swing the bat, and you hear 2 clicks, and that means you got through the zone, whatever. I'm not a hitter, so I don't know exactly, but I know it's how you build bat speed. And so each band adds more resistance, and you can just work your way up, gain bat speed. There's actually a study they did on how much bat speed you gain, so I'll put that up on the screen. I forget the exact number, but it's actually super impressive. So make sure to check them out. Use my promo code, so thank you guys for supporting. I really appreciate it. Check out Pro Velocity Bat to get your bat speed up. All right, you guys have seen me rep them a little bit. Los Reyes, man, these sunglasses, I mean, they're dope. You guys have definitely seen them on TikTok. They're popping on TikTok. These are the Tyreek ones. We did that little unboxing. You guys got to check them out. Like, it's really affordable. That's their best thing. They're blowing up right now, and I'm just excited to be kind of along with them for the ride, man, because they're helping us out, obviously sponsoring it, but dude, it's just dope. Like, these are dope glasses, so you guys got to check them out. Use our promo code, I think it's, SHOW20, to get 20% off your purchase, which is even cooler because it's like already inexpensive, so you're going to get a really good deal. You can get the Tyreek Hill ones, even, I'm not even a huge, sunglass guy, but these are pretty drippy, so go get yours, guys. They're great. You can play in them, and you can just wear them for style, so thank you to Los Reyes, and go check them out. What's your daily routine right now?
I wake up at 9. I go to the field, and I do PT from like 10 to 12, and then I come home and do absolutely nothing. You
game? You PlayStation?
Yeah, I play PlayStation, but I mean, obviously, I just come home and I'm pretty tired, so I just take a nap, and then I just get up and see what everybody else is doing, or just chill and watch TV or something.
Right, but if you started making YouTube videos or something, kids would love that. Or if you're you just documented day in the life stuff. Do you do that on TikTok ever or anything?
No, I mean, I should, but I kind of want to get into streaming, my gaming.
Bro, we can help you with that. We got boys who stream, like Twitch or YouTube or
something like that.
Yeah, dude, people love Blake Snell. Obviously, a bunch of pro guys do that. That's super cool. And it's cool to see a baseball player doing something outside of baseball. What's the hardest part about making the transition to organized baseball, affiliated?
I don't know. I guess schedule. It's kind of repetitive. I guess in travel ball you don't really have a constant schedule. It changes every day. It's just mainly being on time and being at the same place every day. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the only difference, honestly.
Someone said, "What's your squat PR?"
215.
Are you a big lifter? No. You just I figured
210 maybe.
Yeah. What are they telling you? You need to just coaches are saying hey, we want you to do this, this, and this. Are they saying anything? Or are they kind of hands off?
Nothing right now. It's just making sure my shoulder gets healthy, and then just working on legs and upper body, and just trying to getting a little bit stronger, but mainly just kind of focusing on just getting my shoulder healthy, and then everything else will come after that.
So what actually happened to your shoulder? What was the injury?
I had a posterior labrum tear.
Okay, yeah.
I'll explain the story because I guess nobody knows. So it's the first day. I think it's Monday. I got there Friday, and then I signed on Saturday, and then went to the game on Sunday, and then Monday, first day, and it was my second to last swing, and I had rolled over a ball and it popped out.
Dude, so first actual day, playing, was it the first game?
So it was the first the draft guys didn't start playing until a week after it was maybe a week after whatever it's called, a week after we got drafted.
Sure.
So it was the very first day. We were just working out. It was just some of the guys weren't even able to sign yet. Mm-hmm. So it was only 5 of us, and I just tore it, and it sucked.
Did you dislocate your shoulder, or was it just a tear?
Yeah, dislocated too, yeah. So I had like the bone capsule or whatever bruised too because it popped out and came back in.
Bro, same thing happened to me in like December. I was trying those, like, I've never seen those Skull Crusher, like those javelin ones.
Yep.
And I was just doing way too much weight, and then it just popped out.
Yeah.
I had the bruise thing, the posterior, all that, dude. Was
horrible.
it was your left?
It was my left arm.
That was my right. So I'm a lefty, so it was my right. So like it like really sucked, and I just felt so stupid. I was like, I shouldn't have been doing. Like it just felt dumb, but and it hurt. But yeah, it's not too like bad of an injury. Like I think obviously that you have the best trainers who will help you.
Yeah, no big.
It's nothing crazy, but that's good to know. Yeah, it's funny. I wondered. I remember like everyone posted about it. Like Druw got hurt, and it was like, oh no, like first day or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I wonder how he got hurt.
I was like, I don't even know if I'm actually like hurt yet because like I didn't know if I was actually gonna have the surgery or not. And there were people saying like I'm gonna have surgery, and then like the next day it was like, oh, he's gonna get a second look, and then it was like out for the season with the shoulder.
So you didn't need surgery.
I didn't know yet, but I ended up getting the surgery.
Oh, you did?
So
okay.
I was in the sling for 6 weeks.
Oh,
it was terrible.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I got over it now. I'm good.
Yeah. So you must have been just out of the sling, right?
So I'm a week out of the sling. Yeah.
Does it feel good?
I mean, it feels amazing. Like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, like when you go to PT, you're not even in it. So it's kind of like the entire time you're at PT, and then after that, you kind of go home, and then you can like take it off and like move around a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I almost have full range of motion now. So.
That's fire. So when do you say you could take swings again?
So January is the earliest.
Are you like itching? Like, do you want to swing?
I mean, I'm ready to go.
Have you been throwing at all either, or just you're just kind of like?
I mean, I can throw because it's obviously not my throwing arm, but they just want me to. There's no reason for me to throw. I'm not going to play anytime soon. So.
Low key, like I know it sucks you got hurt, but it is kind of the like life. You just kind of like chill and like obviously it sucks, but you can.
I mean, obviously, like you want to play, but I mean, it's good to take a step away.
Yeah,
so.
that is cool, and especially like it's always nervous, like your first injury. I feel like guys when they get into affiliated ball, like when they get hurt, it's like oh shit, like an oh shit moment. But for you, it's like you kind of were secure and like it's like oh fuck, like I got hurt, but at least
I know like they're not gonna. I know I'm not gonna get. You're not gonna kick you after getting hurt. Yeah. So I mean, it sucks obviously, but I mean it's all right.
Yeah, I mean it's good, and you have a good outlook on it, which is good. So I mean, yeah. But, oh, this is kind of cool. So what's your approach when you step in the box?
Just trying to hit the ball back up the middle. If you're a little late, you drive it in the right center gap. If you're a little early, you hit it to left center. Obviously, you have times where you're early or late, or you get away from your approach. But I mean, just trying to stay back up the middle. Yeah.
Who's your like biggest inspiration growing up? Obviously, your dad was in the MLB, but was he like the guy you looked up to, or was it like were there other people?
Probably when I was younger, that's who I would say. I never really. I mean, I would watch all his games, so it wasn't. I would only like see his teammates, but I mean, I guess I wanted to be kind of like him.
Yeah.
At one point.
Is it kind of surreal thinking like you were on the field, like you were like growing up as like a major leaguer's son, and then now you're like you're going to be a major leaguer? Like, is that weird?
So I mean, it's different obviously, but there's obviously a lot of other guys in my shoes this year too, like Jackson Holiday and Justin Crawford.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's different. I mean, I'm enjoying it. People don't really talk about my dad as much anymore. They're kind of like, oh, it's Drew's time now, but.
Yeah, that's fire. Do you ever feel like pressured, like in games or just in general to perform? Or are you just kind of like, I'm me, like I'm going to do me?
When I was younger, yeah, because at one point it was kind of like, oh, it's just Andrew Jones' son or whatever. Like, it's not like Druw Jones, But, I mean, I just kind of went with it and I just played my game, so.
Chip on your shoulder and just keep moving, yeah. I can imagine that sucks. Like, I even think people, like, Leo's really good friends with Shaquille O'Neal, so Shaq's son, obviously. And it's like, the elephant in the room is like, oh, your dad is famous. But, like, once you get to know someone outside of who their dad is or who their famous relative is, it's like, oh, it's just a dude. It's just like it's just a human being. Like, it's cool. Like, his dad is Shaq, but it's like, he's not Shaq. He's just a dude.
He's just another guy.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I was just always thinking about that, like, growing up and, your dad being this thing. But it's really just like, everyone's human. Like, we're all just people, so it's like not that crazy. Are you like, do you read at all or do you like journal or anything? You just kind of like go and play?
I just kind of just go out there and just do it.
I remember I sat down with Charlie Soto. I don't know if you know Charlie, and Boston Flannery at Area Codes, and they were two completely different mindsets. They're both like righties. They both throw gas. They're both nasty, but Charlie's just like, no, I just go and throw gas. I don't think about anything. And then Boston's like, well, I do my hypnosis and then I do my writing and journaling and I do all this stuff. Like he's very mental. Yeah. So would you say you swing more to the...
I'm on the Charlie side. Yeah. Just kind of go out there and play. I mean, obviously, like, you can do that, but I feel like it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just another mental mindset I got to deal with. Yeah. I just kind of go out there and just play.
Yeah, and if it's not you, like, it's exact same thing. But, man, I'm trying to think what other people want to know. I feel like we covered pretty much everything we need to cover. Like, anything else you want to say to the people?
I mean, I said what I said,
Yeah.
I guess, about the rankings. That's pretty much it.
Is that the big thing you wanted to like
Yeah.
cover the rankings?
Because
Yeah.
I think at one point, like, I don't know, like I saw this thing on Twitter and it was like the original top 5 for my class, like when we were 14, and Jackson Holiday's 89 or something like that, and he's the first overall draft pick now. So it doesn't really matter what position you're in. Like when you're younger, it's more like just go out there and play, and scouts notice you.
What do you think about like social media? Like, do you like social media, or is it kind of like
I'm kind of, well, I mean, I can't really say I don't enjoy it, but I'm kind of like on it because like everything's on social media now, and like you can learn something about somebody on social media, and I mean, the only thing is that's good about social media is you can like get out there to people and like present yourself to people and be able to make like connections with different people, but I mean, it sucks at the same time. Like obviously, it's a lot of pressure because a lot of people have a lot of hateful things to say, and I mean, it sucks, but
it does suck, man. Well, actually, I've talked about this before, but like recruiting and, you know, people, there's like, obviously you probably didn't have to go through it, but like there's like the services and stuff that do recruiting for you, but also there's like Twitter. So what's your thought on like using social media as a way like to get more eyes on you from scouts?
So my entire my senior year season, so from January to May, I completely deleted Twitter. I didn't have Twitter at all because I know that's where I get the most like hate from.
So toxic,
or
right? Yeah.
you get like, obviously there's people hyping you up too, but there's also a lot of people that have a lot of bad things to say. Like if you have like, I guess like in high school, like if you have one bad game and your draft guy, they're like, oh, he's not even that good. Like why is he like up here? Yada yada yada. And people want to like flex and be like, oh, like I struck out yada 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 and yada yada yada. But that doesn't really do anything for anybody, you know. I mean, hey, you struck me out, congrats. Like I'm not gonna hit 1,000 every year. So I mean, it's like I don't know. I enjoy Twitter. It's funny a lot. It's funny to read sometimes.
The timeline sometimes just got me going.
But I mean, I just kind of just go out there and, I mean, sometimes I use it and sometimes I don't, but I mainly don't try and look at Twitter. Obviously, it's a good tool to, like, kind of, like, go out there and post, like, your highlights and things like that, but obviously there's a lot of other stuff rather than highlights that people want to see, so they don't always look at Twitter.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I've never really been into, like, leaving like, people, I don't know how people leave hate comments. Like, I feel like that's just such a waste of time, but, like, TikTok and Twitter, bro, it's like, that's all people do is, like, just leave hate. I don't even leave normal comments. I don't know how people have time to, like, actually, like, get in fights and shit on people. Yeah. It's like, bro, come on. Like, isn't it obvious that, you know, let's live our lives, you know?
I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that defend other people, too.
That's
like,
good, yeah.
It's like, but I mean, people, there's no face, no face. So, like, if you, like, a lot of people won't say that to your face. You got to think about it that way. So, like, even if there's, like, a hate comment on social media, you just disregard it. Because, like, most of the time, who's going to say that to your face?
Yeah.
Or they're going to say it behind a fence while you're on the field. Like,
exactly.
Like, what is that going to do? That doesn't do anything for you. It's just, I mean, you're going to be a little upset, obviously, but just kind of just go with the flow and just keep playing. Do
you think you're kind of, like, over, like, if you see a hate comment now, do you react differently than like 3 years ago if you saw a hate comment about you?
Sometimes I just kind of I'll comment back like L or something. Yeah, like that. Yeah. But I think that's funny. Yeah. Obviously, people take it a different way, but like I just put L because like I mean it's like
ratio.
It's your decision. Like I don't really care honestly.
Yeah,
so.
I'd feel so weird if I like was talking shit about someone and like a celebrity or like an athlete or whatever, and then they replied back. I feel like they'd just be like, oh no, I didn't mean to. Like,
I would be like I feel like if I was like in somebody else's shoes and I'd comment that, I'd be like, oh, like, and they comment back, I'd be like, wow, like, what, I didn't expect that, you know.
Make you take a step back and be like, oh, like, what am I doing?
Oh, what am I doing? But,
but dude, anything else you got to say? I feel like it's a great conversation. Yeah.
Just everybody out there, just keep being yourself. That's all you can do. I mean, obviously, it's coming different from me, but just be yourself. That's what I did all my high school career, and that's where I got to this point. And I mean, you just kind of got to work hard, hit, throw, make sure you work out and stuff like that. Just do whatever you do to make yourself the best version of yourself.
Love that. That was awesome, bro. Yeah. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, we're all set. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching the episode with Druw Jones. You might be wondering what's going on right here. Who are these people? So I want to talk a little about the Enjoy the Show community, what we're building. Just for you guys who are interested, I've seen it on my Instagram or just saw me talk about it in the beginning of the video. But yeah, first of all, thank you guys for watching. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. But we're going to talk a little bit about what we're building, what we're trying to build, and where we're going. So let's introduce ourselves real quick and say what you do for the pod.
So you guys know me by now, Leo. I help everything operations, I guess, head of operations, and This is Luke. He's going to come in and help make content with us. He has his own podcast as well, but he's really looking to get back into that content game. So you want to go tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. What's up, guys? Hey, like he said, my name's Luke Sula. I had a little podcast going. It was all things sports and everything. And, hey, found another opportunity to join these guys, saw the vision, saw where we were going. So I was like, hey, let's get it going. Let's roll and let's go to the moon, So I'm just going to, be joining the team and creating content. And, you'll be seeing my face here and there as we go. So I'm excited.
Yeah, so Luke's going to be like an on-camera guy, kind of like what I'm doing, and he's going to do content similar to what I'm doing. We're just going to keep growing and keep making cool stuff. And also, to my right,
what up?
This is Tony.
So hold up. To preface this dude's amazing, first of all, but
I hope you're in frame.
Crazy story. So do you guys remember when we posted that little hat chronicles of that boof-ass Lids custom hat we had that we tried to get last minute?
I remember.
Ended up being amazing. But so Tony, we met him at Lids when we went to go get that hat. He's a graphic design genius, and he's joining as a graphic designer. I mean, he's been working with us for a while. So everything you see that's just unbelievable on the Instagram, it's Tony. So
yeah, and this is Tony.
I really have no other intro besides that. I appreciate you all.
Yeah, so Tony's a graphic designer. So all the designs you guys see on Baseball or Show is from Tony. He's the man. But you're probably just like wondering enjoy the show. Like I've talked about enjoy the show, what the community is going to look like, or why we're even calling it a community when it's just a podcast. So what we're doing right now is we have a Google form you can fill out. We want to bring on 10 guys who are making content or want to make content, who are playing baseball or like baseball or just in that world, and you want to be a part of what we're doing because we're just trying to spread baseball, spread our love for baseball, and just build a community that's really cool around the new age of baseball. And you guys know, like, I love making content. I love, storytelling and stuff like that, talking to cool people. So if you guys are interested and want to join, like, remotely, like, we're just looking for guys who we can collab with on Instagram, build your platform up a little bit, gives us content to post, like, hey, check out our boy, whatever. So we're bringing on 10 people for, like, the inaugural group. We got a couple people in mind, like someone like Gabe Smith is who we're super interested in. You guys might have seen him in my content. He's an athlete, but he also makes content, and he's in that world already. So if you guys are interested and want to, do what I do or do what Gabe does and help us out and make some content. We're building a community. So check out the Google form for more information. You can actually even make some money. We're doing like some NIL stuff. So that's kind of cool. Shout out Athletiverse. So that'll be super cool. So yeah, just check out the Google form, fill it out if you guys want to join our team. Doesn't even have to be like you're traveling with us. I mean, maybe it could get to that point, but if you're just making content, you want to be in front of more people, like hit us up and we got it. So we're super excited about this, man. And thank you guys for the new chapter, or thank you guys for supporting the new chapter. I mean, you guys have been supporting the whole way, but we're kind of getting into a new chapter here. We're super excited about it. So you guys, the name change a little bit, and anything you got to say?
Just want to preface this as well. Clout or no clout, give us your best pitch. Yeah. I mean, we're taking anybody. We want to do some dope shit. If you have a crazy idea that, we haven't done, or just shoot it in that Google form. We really just want some good guys that can make content.
If you guys, even if you have 0 followers, but you're like, I think I could help out. Like literally, Luke, I kind of knew him, but he cold emailed me one day and was like, "Hey, this is what I think I can do for you. I'm willing to travel with you guys. Like this is what I've done. This is my resume." Sends like not even his resume, but his Instagram profile. Like that's just what we're looking for. We're trying to bring people on who we can do really cool shit with.
And we're in Arizona with him right now.
And we're in Arizona. Like he's from Fresno. I'm in LA now, and we're in Arizona, which
Make shit happen.
Making shit happen. So yeah, that's really what it's all been about. And guys have been watching from the beginning. Joe, we're gonna get Joe out here. Joe's the OG, and we're just going to kind of have a team, and my goal is to travel the country talking about baseball and sharing stories, and whoever can help make that happen, I'd love it, man. And so we're just trying to scale to the moon, keep going, keep building, and we appreciate the support. So that's what Enjoy the Show is. Enjoy the Show community, Enjoy the Show podcast. It's just we're going to build a little family, little team,
family, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and also we got new logos. Check out all our new logos, new asset pack, all that stuff. Kind of cool deal. Fire. We're excited. So yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed the podcast with Druw. I wanted to announce it with kind of a big podcast. So we got a cool one next week. We just filmed it, but with Reggie Crawford, we're super excited to post that one. We're just trying to scale up. We got some really amazing guests, really amazing stuff lined up. So
day by day.
Day by day. Anything else you guys want to add?
We're excited for the future, and that's not some BS. To the moon.
To the moon, Tony says. Yeah.
Hey, enjoy the show and let's ride.
Enjoy the show. Let's ride. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, guys.
Hit a pen, I pour up heavy. In the lamb on a Eddie. I got 3 O's, run a valley. These new Dios, not for belly. Stay that money, I for Perry. I shoot jumpers, call me Larry. Then they in Yonkers, I need a Navy. Don't need a sponsor, already in heaven. They calling me the man. Had to slow down, I done bought too many chains. So I rode by the engine, a minute brain.